relations.
I was taught to start out by doing an introduction, so I want to introduce myself. I'm Michael Ramirez of the Maidu Nation Machuca tribe, voted chief or head man of the Red Solar Society. Start out by smudging up. I was taught to teach the people and stuff about the, what the meanings are. So therefore, the meanings, how you have a connection to the meanings, as everything is related. So that's one of the strengths and powers of our medicine that we hold on to, for lack of better words. So in the sage bowl, in the sage bowl we have, which is the smudge bowl. This is the smudge bowl right here. Not sage bowl. I say that because we have white sage in here. Some people put, you could put any kind of sage really, but white sage has more of a sweeter smell. We use sage because it, the people run from it. They don't, the bad spirits, the evil spirits, and the tricksters. They don't like the smell of it. We were taught, so they run from it. And the googly ooglies, that come in human form. They don't like the smell of it, so they run from it. And we have some sweetgrass in here, which is sweetgrass is, I was taught, is not only cleanse the spirits, but it's a bringer of the spirits as well. So the sweetgrass would bring the spirits of our ancestors together, and we would use the sage to get rid of the bad spirits, because not all spirits are kind. We want to make sure we have good spirits. As we say, stay in good spirits. We want to make sure that we stay in good spirits. And with that being said, we bring the lavender. And I was taught that we have lavender. We bring the lavender in for the women, and it represents the women. It keeps the women safe and stuff. It's a woman element. So to protect our women and stuff, we use this lavender and bring love and stuff like that. Which is this woman energy, this thing. And so we bring that too. We put that in there and we smudge up with that. To keep the women safe. And then we put the copel, put some copel in there. And the copel has an element. The Aztecs brought it in and stuff, and it activates more of the prayer, it activates the energies, kind of stimulates them, is the way I was taught, the all prevailing energies of love, as everything is made up of energy. Which brings me to the cedar. And so we put cedar in there too, which cedar has a connection to the great thunder beings, which I was taught the great thunder beings are, in a sense, like a metaphorical thing of the all prevailing energy, the thunder beings, the beings of the thunder that control the lightning and stuff, the lightning grid work, and stuff like that, and so as everything is related, everything is connected, everything is made up of energy, so by asking, I was taught, by asking Creator, the great mystery, some people call him God, asking Creator, we would ask for permission to utilize the thunder beings, and we'd ask them to do things as make the sick unsick, or the unhealthy healthy again, and reverse these things. But we would do this by transmuting energy, and so you would ask this permission, you would ask to utilize the great thunder beings, and Heyoka clowns, the sacred medicine, sacred clowns back in the day used to do these things. They were taught how to do these things by other medicine sisters and brothers. So these are some of the things that are in this smudge bowl. All the things I can remember right now. And the smudge bowl holds the 4 elements in it. It has this right here, the bowl itself is from the ocean, the great below, and from the great below to the great above, everything is connected. But this, we'll get back to that, so inside we have earth, which is the medicines. And then we have the wind, and then we have the fire, and then we have the water element, and these are all the 4 elements that are in everything. as we were taught, and we learn and we find out to be true. And those four elements and stuff, as everything is related, helps us in this metaphorical sense find our connection. So that's the power of medicine, as everything is related. Everything has these four elements in it. So these four elements are in the smudge bowl. So when we do our prayer, and we're asking Creator for the love healing and to help us guide us through our purpose and things like that in life, the good things, and guide us through the struggles and to protect us from the many storms that may come, the storms that we go through personally and the storms that happen on earth. I do this prayer because I woke up this morning with a message, and this message was there's a storm coming to protect ourselves, with all this monotony going on and all the crazy things that are going on out here in this world, that there is a storm coming and that we must protect ourselves, by uniting as a people and sharing the healing and love. And so I want to share that though. That's what's in the smudge bowl and stuff, and I'll go into that. Right now as we're going into this 2021, this new year, I would like to start out by saying that I'm not a Democrat, nor am I a Republican. I'm not for the left, nor am I for the right. I am a Native American, and I'm here for my people. You see, that I was taught, by some elders. I'm gonna sit down. I was taught by some elders that there was one right, that we were given, and that one right. These are my owl feathers right here, and I was taught that the owl represents the death of an old and the birth of a new. Something told me to bring these feathers out today, so these are the owl feathers. I bring them out today, share them with the people as medicine. But we were given one right, and this right was it's a birth-given right, and this birth-given right is a right to breathe. We have a right to breathe in, and we have a right to breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. That's our right. That's our birth-given right. And every single one of us has been given this birth-given right, no matter what race, nationality, or religion. We were all gifted this right by Creator, which is a great mystery. So we were taught to call him the great mystery. It's a great mystery why these things are. But this is the one right that we were all gifted as people, the one human right. And we were gifted this when we were born, when we were gifted life. You take those breaths away and your life goes away. That's the one gift we have in common. That's the truth. Any other right that we have as a people has been made up by another man and by a people. You see, years ago, people started governing over people. See, people were tribal back in the day, and we find out that there's nothing wrong with community. There's nothing wrong with tribalism. There's nothing wrong with people feeling comfortable and safe in their communities. We see that happening a lot today, where neighborhoods are starting to come together and opening up clubs or restaurant eating areas to bring the neighborhood more together. And you start seeing friends making up and family members making up so they can come together. There's nothing wrong with that. We learn that in tribalism and in indigenous ways in our 7th generation teachings, that there's nothing wrong with protecting each other as long as you're staying healthy and safe and you're sharing love rather than hate. You're protecting rather than hurting. This is good, and we're seeing this today. But during these times, people started using monetary gain, we heard all through our lives that, that money was this root to all evil type ordeal, and money's the motivation to a lot of bad things, we hear that. Well, money's a big motivation of why people started starting these governments for economical gain, and once they added this element of desire in with economics, the basic of economics, the wants, the needs, and the desires, it starts putting this magical element, for lack of better words, which is our medicine. The medicine, it starts taking that medicine from a person. Let me explain how. So what happens is that we were giving a gifted right to breathe, right? and we breathe and stuff. It's what we desire. We desire that breath. Once you lose your desire to breathe, desire to live on, you usually die. This is the one birth given right. Whatever else, whatever kind of desires that we have, sometimes we desire water. Without that water, we may not be able to go on living either. We may desire food to eat, and without that food, we may not no longer go on living. We might desire shelter. It might be super cold out. The person would freeze outside. Without that desire of shelter, they would die. You see, economics and government made it to where we had to work for these things. We had to work to shelter ourselves, to keep ourselves alive. We had to work to feed ourselves, to eat, and work to, get the water, pay the water bill, and stuff like that. And so, therefore, the desires that we were given by God, by Creator, or the great mystery, the desires that we would naturally obtain through our own prayer, or our own practice, or work put in. We may go hunt, we may go fish, we may go pick fruit if we don't eat meat, and do the work ourselves. And our desires are met by our own deed, you see. And Creator gifted us that right, just as He gifted us the right to breathe. As I was taught, once you take those desires and you put them on a credit card, or you take those desires and you put them on a piece of paper, and you hand those desires to a government, and that government dictates over a people, that person who's dictating over the people now controls your desires. No longer do we as a people control our desires. The dictator does. And now we have to ask them for food. We would have to ask them pretty much for everything other than to breathe. You see? So, I share with you what comes to mind today and stuff. I thank Creator and stuff for these wise words. And I thank Creator for helping me find these words. But I wanted to share that there was a story of a white buffalo calf woman. And this white buffalo calf woman, years ago, we were taught that she had came to us and stuff in a time when the people were really going through a struggle. And the world was getting chaotic. The land was becoming sick. The people were fighting amongst each other. Some people couldn't find food, and other people were having a hard time, sleeping, living. And so during these tough times, it was a real tough time for food. And it got to where the land became super sick. And Creator sent a white buffalo calf woman down to teach us how to be, literally how to be. He thought that Creator, it's a great mystery why this is. But the great mystery had sent white buffalo calf woman down to help us, help us evolve and help us heal, as a people. And when she came down, and she rolled 4 times, one time white, one time yellow, one time black, and one time red. And these were representing all 4 people in our ways, in our traditions and our cultures. And she taught us how to be kind and how to care for our people and taught us a way to be, and if we had lived in this way and did it in this way, and not changing it up, but did it in this way, that everything would be okay. You see? But if we didn't do it this way, that the land would become sick again, through these dictatorships and stuff, and through evils and bad things that would outnumber a good, and it would turn people sick, in a bioresident kind of way, that there would be more humans, that we as human beings are the caretakers of the land, and that our energy projects how the world is. That if we are healthy, the world's healthy. That if we are becoming sickened and becoming confused and divided, the world becomes sickened, confused, and divided. That it was in our best power, our wisest strength to stay together and unite as a people. So she was teaching us this, and so she came down. There was 2 people. There was 2 warriors that came up to her. And the first warrior came up to her and looked at her all lustful, and looked at her, with all these bad thoughts and stuff, and he kind of wanted to possess her, kind of like a dictator would. And Instantaneously, she looked at him and blinked her eyes like that. Boom! He went up in smoke, and before her feet was a pair of bones, just a set of bones. This is a story that was taught to us. It's a true story too. You know, Orville Looking Horse still holds this peace pipe today in material form. In material form today, it still exists. The peace pipe that was left by this sister that came down, and she come down and she teach us the ways and stuff and how to be. And she said she was gonna leave, you know. And I'm gonna skip through a lot of it and stuff because you can Google it, and you can look it up and stuff, you know, for yourself. You know, ask your elders and stuff. The story of the white buffalo calf woman. There's a lot of medicine there, even if it's not from your tribe. The teaching was for all people. She was taught to teach the 7 fires, which would be 7 fires of 7 different people, and then those people were told to go out and teach all people. So, you know, this is a story that was taught to be taught to every race, nationality. It didn't matter who you were. It was a way of being for the health of our existence, you know. And so that's why she came down to teach us, you know. And I'm sharing this story today because it's a time, because I woke up today and they said, there's a storm coming, protect ourselves, you know. And what will we be protecting ourselves from? The many storms that comes on earth. Sometimes we go through storms within ourselves, you know, and we have to protect ourselves. And it's a storm on earth, you know, in a physical and a mental and spiritual way. So we got to protect ourselves right now because it's that time, you know. And once again, you know, I remind, I'm not from the right nor the left. I'm a Native American, you know, and I'm here for the people, you know. And I'm just sharing what comes to mind and what's on my heart, you know, what I feel is good medicine, you know. But the white buffalo calf woman was told that that when she left, that she would come back when the land started getting sick again. That there would be a time she'd come back, and when she did, when a white buffalo was born, would be a time when the people started coming back together and started helping heal the people. So that white buffalo was born, and you can also Google that. She left this sister, the white buffalo calf woman. She left a peace pipe, and she left that, and if I'm correct, it's Orville Looking Horse, an elder chief. He has that peace pipe today, you know, and more people are believing now, you know, in the medicine there and the story because the white buffalo was born. So you start seeing people coming together. You see a lot of people coming together now in prayer, and you see a lot of healing happening. But we're outnumbered today by a lot of ignorance, a lot of delusion, you know, a lot of selfishness, you know, and so because of that, it makes it to where we have to pray harder, you know, and we have to share the medicine and the message more, you know. I feel like I see a time where people are starting to feel deflated and depleted of energy, you know, so it's a time to protect your energy long enough to be able to share the medicine, but give yourself that chance, you know. Yeah, with that being said, thank you, Creator, for your many blessings, taking the bitter with the sweet.
Sisters and brothers, it's time to come together. This is a call of action. Every day at 2 o'clock, let's all come together in prayer and unite as a people. We are all related. Our relationship is biological, mental, emotional, spiritual, and economical. The circle is inclusive. The actions of the people resound through the atmosphere, affecting the entire planetary circle. The concept of the circle makes clear our individual responsibility